Alright, man, so your boy is running into some issues in federal prison, as to be expected. I'm not surprised. But anyway, as you can see right here, it says ex-cop Derek Chauvin, who was convicted of killing George Floyd, stabbed in prison, a report is saying. So if you don't know, you gotta know. George Floyd, that was a whole movement that started the Black Lives Matter situation, and you know that whole thing, riots, all of that stuff. This guy right here, Derek Chauvin, was the police officer that basically, from that infamous like picture of him with his knee on George Floyd's neck. But let me just go ahead and read this real quick. But before I read it, I was trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by Thanksgiving, which was like yesterday actually, but I didn't make it. Look at this subscriber count I'm at right now. Didn't make it, so subscribe right now. So I'm gonna try to get to 2,000 by the December 1st actually, but we gonna see if we can make that. But let me just go ahead and read this. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, who is convicted of murdering George Floyd, was stabbed by another inmate at a federal prison in Arizona on Friday, a source told the Associated Press. Chauvin was seriously injured in the attack around 12 p.m. at Federal Corrections Institute, Tucson. The Bureau of Prisons told the outlet without naming the inmate. Prison employees performed life-saving measures before Chauvin was hospitalized, the federal agency said. Chauvin's attacker was also taken to the hospital for further treatment and evaluation. So before I further read the rest of this is what I'm talking about. This dude right here, this is what they talking about. Y'all got to know what I'm talking about, but for the people that might not understand, I'm going to just go ahead and show y'all. This is Derek Chauvin. This was a little video about, they had him handcuffed and he had his knee on his neck, and basically George Floyd ended up dying from it, from asphyxiation, which is suffocation. That's what the autopsy report has said, and that started this whole. If you don't know who George Floyd is, look at that face right there. You gotta remember it. You gotta recognize it. But let's continue. No employees were injured, and the FBI was notified. The Bureau of Prisons said visiting at the facility, which houses about 380 inmates, has been suspended. Hold up. Visiting at the facility, which so visiting. Okay. I don't know why I got confused, but basically nobody can come and visit at that prison at this moment. But anyway, the stabbing comes just 1 week after the U.S. Supreme Court rejected Chauvin's appeal of his second-degree murder conviction in the May 2020 death of George Floyd. Chauvin claimed new evidence shows he didn't cause Floyd's death, which sparked riots across the country and a prolonged debate on race relations in the U.S. What evidence? But anyway, continue. Yeah. His lawyers also argue that Chauvin was denied a fair trial due to the publicity surrounding the case and concerns about potential violence if he was acquitted. They had advocated for keeping his client out of the prison's general population and away from other inmates, anticipating he'd be a target, of course. The ex-Minneapolis cop has been serving his 22.5-year prison sentence at FCI Tucson since he was found guilty by a state court in April 2021 of killing Floyd. Yeah, your man been in there, so he been in there for about 2 years. 2 years and 6 months. FCI Tucson, as well as other federal prisons, have been plagued by staffing shortages and security lapses. 1 year earlier, an inmate in Arizona's facility's low-security prison camp whipped out a gun and tried to shoot a visitor in the head. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Yo, hold up. An inmate whipped out a gun in the prison? Slim, yeah, nah, that prison lacking, Slim. That's crazy. You hear about people having shanks and all of these things, but to have a gun in prison sounds. I don't think I've ever heard nothing like that, like real life. But anyway, Chauvin's stabbing also marks the second high-profile inmate attack in the last few months at a federal prison. Disgraced sports doctor Larry Nassar, who sexually who SA'd hundreds of gymnastics. Disgraced sport doctor Larry Nassar, who SA'd hundreds of gymnasts, was stabbed at least 10 times in July with a makeshift weapon inside his cell in a federal prison in Florida. The attack on Nazar wasn't caught by any surveillance camera. Whoa. A month earlier, infamous Unabomber Ted, I'm not going to try to say his name, committed the S word. Listen, I'm cutting these words out because YouTube be demonetizing everything. But anyway, committed the S word inside of North Carolina prison cell. Bureau of Prisons Director Colette Peters was brought in last year to tackle the federal prison system, universal understaffing issues, escapees, rampant SA, inmate deaths, and other systematic issues. So, yeah, man, it's basically saying, you seen what they said? They say your man got attacked and they had to perform life-saving measures before Chauvin was hospitalized. And, you know, so whatever happened to him, apparently must have been not been good. I'm not going to hold this. Whoever attacked him must have got him out of there. But it's saying that his attacker was also hospitalized for further treatment. So I wonder what happened. I wondered, was Chauvin putting up a fight? Or did the guards come in there and just put hands on him because they knew he had a weapon? But anyway, I can't find the actual post that I seen this in the first time. I lost it. But in the comments, people were saying like, oh, they wish he would have got unlifed, right? Like ended him. But I'm not going to hold you. I think I might think of this. I think about stuff a little bit differently than most people. Most people probably like, yeah, get him out of here, right? But me, I feel like, nah. Let cuz sit there and suffer, knowing that his life is trash because of what he did. I feel like the suffering in the long run is more punishment than just getting finitoed. I'm not gonna lie. That's how I feel about it. But all I'm gonna say is when you got officers like this dude right here, because I don't know if y'all seen it, I'm not gonna show it on I'm not gonna show it on this video. I wish I could, but they're gonna demonetize the video. But I wish y'all I could show you. But if you've seen that video of George Floyd with his hands handcuffed behind his back, and this man with his knee on cuz neck, on George Floyd's neck, with his hands in his pocket, and like real life, look like he's like trying to dig the knee into his neck. Spend the rest of your life in jail, son. Take that L, bro. Like when you got officers like that, bro. It's officers like that mess up the public relation between officers and the public, man. That's just what it is. I don't feel bad for cuz. Hopefully he lives so he can suffer the rest of that time. But all I can say is Tiffany Haddish better be lucky she didn't run into no field like that. She got arrested for a DUI. Watch that video. Subscribe bubble right here. 2,000 by December 1st and I'm out.